Hello students, today I want to explain you the topic buyback of shares. As we all know, a share is a part of the total capital invested in a company. Now coming to buyback of shares, buyback of share means buying or purchasing of equity shares of a company by the company itself. Company utilizes its surplus money in buying its own equity shares. This is a method by which a company cancels a part of its own capital. Buying back of share means buying of equity shares only. This leads to reduction in the paid up capital, but it does not affect authorized capital of a company. So buying back of share reduces paid up capital, but it never affects authorized capital or registered capital. Now there are certain advantages of buyback of shares. Let us discuss in detail. Number one advantage is that it avoids corporate dividend tax. When buyback of share takes place, the paid up capital gets reduced. Since paid up capital gets reduced, therefore dividend also has to be paid less. And when dividend has to be paid less, means corporate dividend tax also becomes less. So that way company can avoid corporate dividend tax. Secondly, it reduces capital base, thus increasing EPS. So capital base of the company gets reduced. But what increases? EPS. EPS means earning per share. Thirdly, it increases in proportionate holding of promoters, thus reducing takeover risk. So, buyback of share increases the proportionate holding of shares by the promoter, which in return reduces the takeover risk. Fourthly, it helps in restructuring of capital by utilizing cash resources for buyback in place of dividend distribution. So these are the advantages of buyback of shares. Hope you have understood. Now coming to the legal provisions. Section 68 and 70 of Companies Act 2013 contains certain provisions for buyback of shares. Number one condition is that the buyback has to be authorized by Articles of Association. Now students, you have already come across Articles of Association in your previous class. But still, I want to explain you what is Articles of Association. Articles of Association is a document that specifies the regulations of a company's operation and defines the company's purpose. This document lays out how tasks are to be accomplished within the organization, including process for appointing directors and handling of financial record. So this is briefly all about Articles of Association. So the first and foremost condition for buyback is that it has to be authorized by Articles of Association. Secondly, a special resolution has to be passed regarding buyback. When buyback of shares is 10% or less of the paid up capital and free reserves of the company, then a resolution has to be passed by the directors in a board meeting. But if the buyback of shares is more than 10% of the paid up capital and free reserves, but less than 25% of the paid up capital and free reserves of the company, then a special resolution has to be passed in the annual meeting. So this is the second condition for buyback of shares. Thirdly, the debt equity ratio after buyback should be 2:1. Debt here means liabilities. Liabilities can be secured or unsecured, and equity means shares. So the debt equity ratio after buyback should be 2:1. Fourthly, buyback should be completed within 12 months from passing resolution. Fifthly, SEBI guidelines has to be followed. Lastly, after completion of buyback, within 30 days, the company has to file with the registrar and SEBI a return containing such particulars of buyback. So these are the legal provisions which a company needs to follow for buyback of shares. Now there are certain restrictions on buyback. So let us discuss those restrictions. Section 70 of the Companies Act 2013 gives us certain restrictions on buyback. Number one restriction is that a company cannot buy back shares through any subsidiary company, including its own subsidiary company. Secondly, a company cannot buy back through any investment company or group of investment companies. Thirdly, if there is any default of the company going for buyback of shares in payment of deposit or interest, redemption of debentures or preference shares, or payment of dividend or repayment of term loan or interest thereon to any bank or financial institutions, then the particular company cannot go for buyback. So these are the restrictions for buyback of shares. Now coming to the sources of fund available for buyback. There are three sources available for buyback, and it has been mentioned in section 68 subsection 1 of Companies Act 2013. Number one source is free reserves. Here free reserves means those reserves kept for payment of dividend. Secondly, securities premium account. And thirdly, proceeds of fresh issue. Now coming to fresh issue cannot be of the same kind of equity shares to be bought back. It can be preference share. Remember that. When buyback has to be carried out of fresh issue of shares, then those shares cannot be of the same kind of equity shares to be bought back. It can be preference shares. So these are the sources of buyback of shares. Next, the time limit. As I have already explained to you that the time limit for buyback of shares is 12 months. Now, from where the company can pick up shares for buyback. So there are three sources from where a company can pick up shares for buyback. Number one source is from existing shareholders on a proportionate basis. Secondly, from the open market, and thirdly, from employees to whom shares were issued. So these are the sources from where a company can pick up shares for buyback. Now, there is another one important point to be discussed, that is declaration of solvency. Now, what is that? Section 68, subsection 6 of Companies Act 2013 states that a declaration has to be made to the registrar of companies by the directors that a full inquiry into the affairs of the company have been made and have come up with an opinion that the company is capable of meeting its liabilities and will not be rendered insolvent within a period of 1 year of the date of declaration adopted by the board for buyback of shares. And this declaration has to be signed by at least 2 directors. So a solvent company can only go for buyback of shares. Then there are certain methods for fixation of price for buyback. So there are 2 methods. Number one method is that the company may fix a price and invite shareholders to offer at the fixed price within fixed time. Secondly, the company may announce a range of price called band, B-A-N-D, and invite shareholders to submit tenders within fixed time and at prices within announced band. So these are the 2 methods of fixation of price for buyback. Then with the second alternative method of fixation of price, the company will choose the lowest price and purchase the requisite number of shares. Now, there is another one important point which needs to be discussed, that is oversubscription. Now, in case of oversubscription, that is total number of shares offered by the shareholders exceeds the number intended to be bought back by company, in that case, all applications will be accepted by the company, but it will be purchased on pro rata basis. So when there is oversubscription of shares offered for buyback, then pro rata basis will be followed. Now there is another one point to be discussed, that is escrow account. Now what is an escrow account? An account in which money is held until specified duty is performed. An escrow account means an account in which a specified percentage of total consideration payable for buyback is deposited till that consideration has been paid to the shareholders. And this escrow account has to be opened with a scheduled commercial bank. So it is like a guarantee account for buyback of shares. Now there are certain duties which needs to be performed after buyback. Number one duty is that the shares needs to be cancelled which has been bought back, and this cancellation needs to be carried out by physically destroying the shares within 7 days. Second duty is that where shares have been bought back out of fresh issue, the company has to transfer an equal amount to the nominal value of equity shares out of profits to capital redemption reserve account. Thirdly, to file with registrar and SEBI that all the legal formalities were followed while going with the process of buyback of shares. So these are the three duties which needs to be performed after buyback. Now, a company becomes disable after buyback. Now, what is that disability which company faces after buyback? Section 68, subsection 8 of Companies Act 2013 says that after buyback, a company cannot issue same kind of shares within 6 months. No doubt the company can issue bonus shares, or it can go for conversion of preference shares or debentures into equity shares, but it cannot issue same kind of shares within 6 months after buyback. So with this explanation, I come to the end of my explanation. In my next video, students, I will try to explain you the accounting treatment of buyback of shares. Thank you very much.